There is a winged insect making its rounds. If you cannot see it, well, that would be understandable because it's a tiny little thing. But if you can see it, please disregard. I have no control. I do have my zapper here in case I have a smidgen of control. I will try to do it, but I will probably be missing, so if you can see the insect, disregard. I'm doing my best here. Fancy meeting you here. My name is Brittany, and I post videos documenting my life as a mom with multiple chronic illnesses, both mental and physical. I'm so glad that you stopped by my video, and I hope you can find something helpful in it. At the end of this video, I will request that you leave a thumb in whichever direction suits your fancy. If up happens to be your preference, I think it might also be a good idea if you chose to subscribe to my channel, and then you can see more videos from me, just like this one. I am not sure how much I've mentioned about this in the past on either my YouTube or Instagram or any social media regarding this. I don't know how much I've posted, if at all. But let me sum up. For the past almost a year, I have been just nauseous, just constantly nauseous. And for a majority, but not all of that almost a year, I have been vomiting just everything I eat. Everything. Like my stomach, first of all, doesn't let me eat that much. I'll have like 2 bites and it's like, okay, that's enough. And then a couple hours later, it's like, actually, it's too much. Let's get rid of some of that. And it's just been a nightmare, honestly. A nightmare. So let me tell you, I have tried things like drugs, over the counter, prescription. I have tried natural things. I have tried essential oils. Of course. So first I tried Dramamine. I know that's usually just for motion sickness, but it's helped me with that in the past. So I was like, why not give it a try? No. I tried, of course, essential oils, like all of them that claim to help with nausea. Didn't help. And then my mother actually sent me ginger candies to see if that would help. Those were nasty ginger candies and didn't even help. I haven't tried this time around, but I did try during pregnancy when I had morning sickness that really just lasted 24/7 all the way up until the point she popped out. I tried C-bands, if you've heard of those. They just look like little sweatbands on your wrists. You have one on each wrist, and then there's a little bump inside that you find just the right between your tendons or something gross for an acupressure point for the little bump to poke into on each wrist, and that's supposed to relieve your nausea. No, it does not. It might for others. I've heard great things from others, but not from me. And then at some point I went to the emergency room because it was bad, right? And they gave me Zofran. Now, for me personally, the Zofran was freaking magical as long as they administered it through the IV. It just beautiful. And then they sent me home with a prescription for the oral Zofran, and that did nothing. All that did was taste gross. So, Zofran. And then I came across this thing accidentally on Amazon. Not this, that's my watch. This thing, it is called EmeTerm, I think. I don't know how that was intended to be pronounced, but here we are. This is how it's being pronounced, EmeTerm. This device is meant for nausea and vomiting relief in a natural way. So there's no drugs, no side effects, it claims. It works by delivering electrical stimulation. That's how it's worded in the listing or in the box or something. I read that somewhere. Basically, it shocks me every few seconds. Right there. It says to find 2 to 3 centimeters down from the bottom of your palm, and you place it there, and you put it on real tight. so that it actually presses against it, and you turn it on to whatever level you want, and it shocks you every couple seconds. So here's the stuff it comes with. Here, let me pretend. This is the box it came in, and then it shows the placement instructions, as I said. And then inside is the actual box, something like this, but I'm not going to close it all the way because then I'm going to have to call Jordan back in here to reopen it for me. That's what it looks like on the top. And this is the guts. So I didn't actually know it came with an instruction manual until I started getting ready for this video. But there you go. There's an instruction manual. That could have been quite helpful, but alas, I did not use it. Notes, cards, things to scan. Now, it came with 2 different bands. This, it just kind of like slides off. And then this is the longer band, and I'm wearing the shorter band. It's just easy to slide in and out. And then it also came with, magnets. It came with the charging cord. It's just a regular USB. It doesn't have an adapter for the wall. I plug it into my clock, which happens to have a USB hole. So, and then this is what the charging part looks like. It's a little magnet, and it just, let me show you. So here, right there, boop, tangled, and then the magnet just boop. And then these are the probes. I don't know, I'm gonna call them probes. I don't know what they're called. Those are the things that shock me every few seconds. Oh, it did also come with a couple little like sanitizing wipe things, but I used those. So it says to like wipe with, I don't know, to sanitize before you put it on every time, but I don't find that necessary. So I don't do it. I just put it on when I wake up in the morning. So there we go. See, it's blinking. It's on right now. It's helping. I have it on level 2. If you can see that it has the two lights. This is how it works. Power down. Okay, so to turn it on, first of all, you have to go I think it's 2 to 3 centimeters from this little crease right here. And then that's where you place it. It has to touch like the right nerves and gross things. And then you turn it on. You hold this for 3 seconds. There it is. Turn it on. And it says it's going to start you on level 1, but it's a filthy, dirty liar, and it starts you on level 3, and it hurts. So you double tap to go down a level. And then if you want to go up a level, you just single tap. There you go. And right now, I'm going to use it on level 2. I fluctuate between levels 1 and 2 based on, I don't know, how things are working, how I'm feeling. It claims that it is natural relief from nausea and vomiting. In the listing, it specifically mentions morning sickness from pregnancy, motion sickness, and nausea related to chemotherapy. It uses electrical stimulation with those 2 probes that I showed you. Basically, it shocks me every couple seconds. Yeah. It says in the listing that it is waterproof IP22. Now, I have no idea what that means. If you know what that means, well, there, I gave you the information. But it went on to explain it is waterproof enough to wear in the rain and to wash your hands without removing it. But it is not waterproof enough to go swimming or showering with it on. Now, let's get into my thoughts. Let me tell you about it. The very, very first impression I had, I put it on and I turned it on, and I swear, it says somewhere I read that it starts at level 1 as soon as you turn it on. And that is a dirty lie. It starts at level 3. There are 5 levels. It goes up to level 5, and it starts on 3. So brace yourself. As soon as I put it on and the very first shock, I like flinched and I had to rip it off and throw it. Like, it was painful, let me tell you. But now that I've worn it for a little bit and I know to react fast as soon as I turn it on and get it down from level 3, I can tolerate it. The shocks go for a few seconds, and then there's a few second break, and then a few seconds of shock. So every few seconds, my hand just feels normal, right? But then when the shocks are going, it feels kind of like, it kind of feels like when your hand fell asleep and it's got the little tingles in it, right? Depending on the level. On level 1, that's what it feels like. But on level 2, if I have to put it up, then it feels like it's been asleep for a good while and you didn't realize it, and now you're like, oh snap, it's numb, and you go like this to get the blood flow, and then it just hurt tingles, you know? That's what it feels like above level 1 for me. Some other people on that listing were like, I wear it on level 5 and it lasts so many hours, and I'm like, how do you manage level 5? Okay, to be clear, I also have fibromyalgia and allodynia. That, let's be real, probably plays a role here. So it hurts me. However, if I just leave it on level 1, man, I don't know. Sometimes I'm feeling like more nauseous and I have to up it to level 2. And then I just have to I gotta tough it out. Also, something that I did notice, there's a video on the Amazon listing that says it's supposed to tingle, I think, like right here, and then it says up through to the tip of your middle finger. I have never once experienced it like that. When I feel the tingles, it's just like right here, or right here, or right here, but it never ever goes up to the tip of my middle finger. Sometimes it goes to the ring finger though. But, I don't know how important that is, the location of your tingles, because I don't feel that in that location. But it still works for the nausea. Sometimes I don't even understand what I do to make it happen or to not make it happen, but sometimes it'll just decide on its own that it's gonna make my fingers twitch like this. And I cannot, I will be trying my hardest to open it, but it just forces. Sometimes it's just this one and sometimes it's both of these two, but I will be pushing and it's like, nah, your fingers are bent. So I'll insert a video of that happening. It's kind of super annoying because then I can't use my hand properly. So if I'm just chilling, just, relaxing, not using the hand, it just twitches. And it's funny. It's hilarious in that circumstance. But if I need to use this hand, doing the dishes, folding the laundry, that's tough when your finger keeps doing this, right? Or driving, I keep having to grab the steering wheel like this. And it's just frustrating. And I don't know how to if it's the positioning, if it moved slightly on my wrist, I don't know what causes it and what makes it go away. But I'm just gonna let you know that it happens and it's annoying. The charge for me lasts all day. Again, I only use it up to level 2, mostly on level 1, and it lasts all day. There's still extra battery left at the end of the day, and then I just charge it overnight, and then as soon as I wake up in the morning, I put it back on. So I've never had it die on me. It does, however, randomly shut off sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing, if I'm putting my arm on something that accidentally presses the button and turns it off, or if I'm holding something in my arms. I just noticed, wow, I'm feeling nauseous again. It shut off. I don't know if there's a glitch and it just shuts off on its own, or if I'm doing something that accidentally holds the button long enough to shut it off. further research required, I guess. So, the main reason that you watched up until this point, does it relieve nausea and vomiting? Kind of. It really helps me with the nausea. I just always have like a baseline level of nausea, right? And then I'll eat something, and then that's when the nausea increases, and then a couple of hours later it increases to the point that I'm actually going to throw up. But there's always that base level, always, no matter if I ate or not. With the baseline, relief, right? I can just go about my day not being nauseous. But so far it has not relieved my vomiting. It relieves my nausea to the point that I have to relearn the signs that I need to make it to the toilet or grab a bucket or whatever, you know. I have to relearn those signs because it relieves the nausea to such a point that the very first time I almost missed that I was gonna puke. Fret not, however, I did make it to the toilet in time, but it was close. It just makes the nausea feel unfamiliar. So the baseline is relieved, it's good. But then the increased nausea, where it's to the point that I need to find a receptacle, I still feel that, but it's lessened and it feels different somehow. It doesn't stop my vomiting completely, but it relieves the nausea in between vomits, if that makes sense. So it makes my whole day much more pleasant, but I do still need to find various receptacles throughout the day. Mostly a toilet. That sounded like I'm just finding like vases and purses, and that's not what I'm doing. I have barf bags in my backpack, so. All in all, I am still trying to decide if it helps or hurts more. Right now I'm leaning toward it helps more, but it's very uncomfortable. I hate the tingles. And depending on like, I don't know, the time of the day, the position of my arm, the level it's on, sometimes it's just painful. Like the shocks and the tingles hurt, right? On my body in particular. I was reading some reviews and then answers to questions on the Amazon listing, and nobody else said that it hurt. Some people did say that they get the finger curling and twitching, but that it doesn't hurt. They say that they can feel the tingles, but it doesn't hurt. So most people, it doesn't hurt, apparently. But seeing as this is my video and I am reviewing it, I will be giving my personal experiences, and it does. It hurts sometimes, but it hurts not that much of the time. Most of the time it's okay. The biggest thing is just the annoying finger twitches. So, as of right now, with my first impressions of the first couple days using it, I am still deciding if it helps or hurts more. It helps enough that I'm going to keep using it, at least. My plan is to test it out for a total of like 30 days, a month, you know, a longer period of time than I have. And then I will put up a updated review to let you know if it lasted well longer term than just a few days. As of right now, I do recommend it, and I will definitely have the link down there if you would like to purchase it and try it out for yourself. All in all, thumbs up, would recommend so far, but with a few little things to keep in mind. Well, that's all for this time. Thank you so much for stopping by my video and watching to this point. I really appreciate that. Again, I ask for a thumb in whichever direction that you feel was appropriate for this video. I will take up or down, and I will love them all. Thank you. Also, if you found this video helpful, or if you had somebody come to mind that you think this video could be helpful for, please share it with that person. If you think that you would enjoy more of my content, then I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel. This video is actually hopefully just the first in a lot more videos of product reviews that I plan to do in the future. So if you have a recommendation or a request of a product that you would like me to review to see if it could help with your chronic symptoms, chronic illness, disability, let me know. You can leave a comment and I will look into them and see what I can do. But for now, this is called EmeTerm. I would recommend it so far. I will have the link to the Amazon listing that I purchased this one from in the description. If you've tried this before, or if you have other nausea relief tactics that you would like to share, I would love to read about those in the comments. I'm actually working on a related blog that's going to correspond with the content that I post on YouTube. So tomorrow I will be posting a post on the blog about this product, which will also include the link and just all the information that you will need in a more concise and eloquent manner than I provided here. So if you're interested in reading that, then I will have that linked in the description as well. Toodles! I think it's off now. Why did it turn off? That was rude. Come on. Get it together. Much better.